In the dense African jungles lives a hominid that stands out at first glance. It is easy to identify and, moreover, intimidating due to its large size. This primate, the largest in the world, has been an inspiration for fictional characters such as King Kong, Donkey Kong, Magilla Gorilla, and the entire family from the Tarzan movie. We are, of course, talking about the gorilla. Gorillas belong to the hominid family, the same family to which humans belong. Genetically, we are so closely related to this ape that only 2% of our DNA is different from that of the gorilla. After the two species of chimpanzees, gorillas are the primates most closely related to humans. They are known as apes, a category that distinguishes them from other primates due to the absence of a tail, an extension of the spine that, in their case, has been replaced by buttocks. This loss is attributed to the reduced usefulness of the tail in their semi-erect posture and their preference for sitting on their backside rather than supporting their limbs. There are two main species of gorillas, Eastern and Western, each subdivided into 4 unique subspecies that inhabit very specific regions of Central Africa. Eastern gorillas are the largest primates in the world, even taller than humans. On the other hand, Western lowland gorillas live in countries such as Angola, Cameroon, the Central African Republic, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon, where they prefer forests with abundant food. The cross-river gorilla inhabits the tropical and subtropical jungles between Nigeria and Cameroon. It is the most endangered subspecies of all gorillas and primates. Although Western gorillas are slightly smaller, they have a peculiar feature in their appearance, a protrusion at the tip of their nose, and, generally, darker fur. In the jungles of Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo lives the Eastern lowland gorilla, distinguished by its long teeth, reinforced jaw, and broad torso. Meanwhile, mountain gorillas live at high altitudes, where they find enough food to survive. Currently, only 2 populations remain in the wild, one in the Virunga Mountains and another in Uganda. Gorillas are bipedal because their forelimbs function as arms, although they also use them to walk by supporting themselves on their knuckles. Their front limbs are larger than their hind limbs. Although they are terrestrial animals, young gorillas and some light adults climb and swing in trees. Males weigh between 308 and 440 pounds and reach heights of between 5 feet 5 inches and 5 feet 11 inches, while females weigh half as much and are approximately 12 inches shorter. Their jaw is large and strong, adapted for crushing food, and they have large canine teeth used to intimidate rivals. They have small ears, wide and rounded nostrils capable of detecting intense smells like human sweat or the musk of an unfamiliar gorilla. A bony plate at the back of their neck gives males a distinctive appearance. They have excellent vision, capable of perceiving 3 primary colors and their combinations, which helps them identify details and food in good condition. Their eyes have a fovea similar to humans, which provides them with great visual sharpness, relying more on their sight than on their sense of smell. Regarding their diet, gorillas are predominantly folivores, mainly consuming leaves and stems, although this preference varies by subspecies. They feed during the morning and afternoon. For sleeping, each prepares a nest made of grasses every evening, preventing them from falling down steep slopes. Only the infants sleep with their mother, creating this nest in the treetops or hard-to-reach places to avoid ambushes. This ritual is performed almost daily. They are very social animals, forming close bonds, even more structured than those of chimpanzees. These groups are made up of a single male, who is the leader, called a silverback, due to his white-silver colored back. He is responsible for making decisions, mediating conflicts, determining the group's movements, leading them to places to forage, and taking responsibility for the group's safety and well-being. The male is accompanied by a group of females with their offspring. This type of social group is called a harem and consists of 5 to 10 animals, depending on the species. The females have a very close social bond with the silverback, but there is very little interaction among the females. They groom each other, removing dirt and parasites from their fur, which is an affinity behavior, though not as frequent as in other primates. Additionally, grooming between adult females is rare, and is observed more between females and the male, or between mothers and infants, and sometimes between immature individuals and the leader. Females reach sexual maturity between 7 and 8 years old, but as a rule, they do not begin to reproduce until they are 10 years old. There is no specific breeding season, nor is it only the male of the group that impregnates them. Gestation lasts 8.5 months. At birth, the infant weighs between 4 and 5 pounds, and by 40 weeks, it can take bipedal steps. Orphan infants are cared for by the male leader, although he does not carry them. At around 11 years old, young males leave the group and travel alone or with others for 2 to 5 years in search of females to form their own harem. Females, on the other hand, mostly stay in their natal group, though some leave and are attracted by solitary males or by a male from another tribe. They are very strong and stocky animals. It is estimated that an adult male can have the strength of 10 men, but they have an unfounded reputation as ruthless and unscrupulous killers. Normally, they are gentle and peaceful animals, but if disturbed, both males and females will give a characteristic signal to intimidate, which consists of hitting their chest. This display of roaring and chest thumping indicates hierarchies, dominance, and attracts females to the group. It is rare for these primates to fight among themselves, even when a group of gorillas invades another group's territory. However, when a male provokes a female or challenges the male of that group, which they achieve by staring into the rival's eyes, a battle ensues between the two males. At first, both try to persuade each other. If the dominant individual dies from disease, accident, fighting, or poaching, the group will split, and the animals will look for a new leader. However, there is a high risk that this new dominant male will kill the previous male's infants. They are very intelligent animals. It has been observed that they are capable of using tools, such as sticks to measure the depth of rivers, stones to break coconuts, or tree trunks as bridges and support while fishing. On rare occasions, some have learned to communicate with limited gestures, having intelligence comparable to that of chimpanzees. They are afraid of rivers and lakes because they are not good swimmers. Additionally, they become vulnerable to predators like crocodiles, although it is rare for crocodiles to eat them. Usually, they just leave them with severe injuries that cause the death of the gorillas. The main natural predator is the leopard, which preys on the young, being an easier target and causing fewer problems. However, they generally have no predators to worry about. Interestingly, there was a case of an albino gorilla named Snowflake who carried a recessive gene. This gorilla is the only one of its kind discovered so far. He was from the western gorilla species and was captured in Equatorial Guinea and taken to the Barcelona Zoo, where he became a symbol of the zoo and the city. He had 22 children, 11 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren, but none of them inherited this gene. He died at the age of 39 on November 24, 2003, due to skin cancer. Nevertheless, this animal has become one of the most requested for cloning. This species is on the verge of extinction for several reasons. The main issue pushing this mammal toward that fate is the deforestation of its habitat, due to logging or making way for agricultural facilities, as these areas provide its food and shelter. Another cause, though to a lesser extent, is the hunting of this animal for its meat and because it makes incursions into crop fields, where the local population and farmers consider them pests. It is very difficult to determine its population due to its vast and inaccessible territories, but the subspecies with the lowest population and the highest risk of extinction is the cross-river gorilla, as it is estimated that there are only 200 to 300 individuals left in the wild. Others, such as the mountain gorilla, have seen a 17% increase in their population, with a total of 700 gorillas in the wild. However, the IUCN continues to list it in its red list. Another factor to consider is diseases, especially viral ones. In 2006, it was estimated that 5,000 gorillas had died from contracting Ebola, further depleting their population. Additionally, the constant wars ravaging the countries in this continent have led to an increase in the casualties of these primates. There are laws protecting this species, but it is extremely difficult for governments to enforce them due to ongoing military conflicts and other equally urgent priorities. However, there are reserves that try to preserve this ape, surviving on foreign economic resources or tourism, to care for and preserve the species. raising awareness among people that if measures are not taken, the gorilla will soon disappear. We hope this never happens, and if it must happen, at least humans are not to blame for this mishap. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like it and share it. This will help the channel grow. I'll leave you my social media so we can stay in touch. If you're new, I welcome you and invite you to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe too. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you soon, bye.